Hey guys, episode 51 of the Stocks and Shares series. So, pretty bad week this week. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. It's all sort of talk of inflation finally here. The previous thoughts was that it was temporary. They seem to be sort of acknowledging that it may not be quite so temporary. So, the already US are talking about interest rate rises next year. This has sort of sent the dollar rocketing up, and so sort of a lot of things go down, really. A lot of the commodities and gold and silver and that sort of thing. So, seen a bit of a rough week on that. Down about 7,000 on the total portfolio. These gold and silver ETFs have sort of taken quite a bit of that. So these are down about 3,000 overall. Still got the dividend from sentiment sitting in dividend from Polymetal sitting in the iWeb account. Have had a notification that the Hargreaves Lansdown transfer, which is the GDXJ here, is going through hopefully on Tuesday. So can finally, I might put that into, I do want to hold the GDXJ, but I'll change that into the silver one because it just seems to have sort of taken a hit. And I would think Polymetal sort of may do better than the GDXJ, but yeah, the sort of pure silver miners ETF I think should do well. So hopefully that goes through and the iWeb one can follow soon. No indication on that at the moment though. The ICE is down sort of, about 1,500 quid. Nothing too drastic. It's mostly sort of gold and silver and commodity-based stuff. The ARCPI is, again, up slightly for the week, only about 100 quid. But, yeah, a little bit strange. Not sort of taking the hit of inflation and sort of potentially rising interest rates, which I thought it would. But yeah, it's sort of things like Argo that are down for the week. Bitcoin taking a bit of a hit in the rising dollar. Nothing else sort of moved too much there. Even the ETP just sort of is a bit different to Argo. Sort of depends on open and close prices for Bitcoin for the week, whereas Argo sort of moves a bit more emotionally. Sentiment, so your gold and silver miners obviously down quite a bit for the week, 5%. Digital Realty, took a bit of a drop. American Tower had a bit of a gain. So, the REIT's not doing too bad. First Majestic took a hell of a hit. So, I think on it was Thursday, I think silver dropped about $2. So, that's sort of a huge move. Gold was sort of $90 down. So, First Majestic took a hell of a hit on that. Nothing too much there. Polymetal, about 5%, so not too bad. Similar to sentiment, really, but considering they got a bit of silver, I didn't think that was too bad. Stag sort of down slightly. Sylvania took a bit of a hit, 4.5%. Sort of platinum and palladium and bits sort of taking a bit of a hit at the moment. Platinum quite low, especially. Palladium dropped, I think, about nearly $250 on the bad Thursday. So, that's taken a bit of a whack. The Tritax is both doing quite well, really. Down 2%, but on sort of 3 months, it's doing really well. So happy with them. Eurobox not quite as well. 2%, but I expect that's still because the virus is seems to be worse in Europe than elsewhere. But so that's the ISA. Bit of a downtrend for the week, but nothing too drastic. So the invest account lost $2,000, about that, nothing too much. That's sort of, 1.5% or less, so that's pretty alright. Some of the sort of companies that'll take a bit of a hit from rising costs, losing a bit this week. So Archer Daniels, 8% on the week. I kind of think long term this will be a reasonable sort of inflation hedge, but does get whacked from sort of rising costs and worries and that sort of thing. So that took a bit of a knock. Viva, sort of fairly flat. A lot of these others are fairly flat, maybe sort of 2, 3, 4% down, but in the grand scheme of things, nothing too much. Broadcom and that sort of thing down a couple of percent. BT gaining, still sort of doing well on the good news. The new owner or part owner, I think they're still doing well. Went above £2 midweek, so that's good. Yeah, so Cardinal and Caterpillar and that sort of thing, a lot of them down about 5%. eBay 5%, FedEx 4%. So that's taken a bit of a drop since the recent highs. Not seen anything sort of really big news. I suppose probably use a hell of a lot of oil in their business, and that's rocketing up to new highs. So that hits them. Glencore 10.29%. So they've really taken a whack. I'm in a loss on this now, but there's only a small position. If this is sort of one of my replacements for BHP, I want to be building this up in the long term. So yeah, no problem with drop on that. Intel and International Paper, they've done quite bad for the week. But again, sort of long-term inflation hedges, hopefully. The ETFs haven't really done a great deal. Global Clean Energy rose a little, but nothing much. The others are sort of 1% or 2%. Kroger sort of holding up quite well in the face of it, quite defensive. Lennar actually, after the sort of the big drop, they've recovered quite a bit. So a lone sort of 5% gain for the week. Micron taking a bit of a hit. Micron's really low now, actually. So I'm well under on that. But happy with them. Nintendo, sort of not too bad. Porsche took a real hit. Again, sort of inflation concerns and just sort of general poor market sentiment. Process not doing too much. Sort of Renault not quite as bad as Porsche, but down with the car makers. Rio Tinto down. Shell pretty flat. Did have a sort of rise mid-week and then drop back down. Again, oil fairly high though, so I would expect them to be doing pretty well. Seneca 5% down. I suppose it's just inflation, sort of commodities rising again. Dollar weakness, or dollar strength rather, this week. Sony sort of similar, down with the market. A small cap ETF, US small cap ETF drops. I think they sort of drop on any worries really. Stellantis down with the rest of the car makers. TSMC not doing too bad. Taylor Wimpey not too bad. Turtle Beach took a hell of a whack. Small cap obviously, so this sort of thing can happen, but on the longer term still seems fairly good. Great numbers, great financials, so happy with them. Tyson Foods took a hit. Like I say, a lot of stuff sort of down about 5% really. Vale 4%. Again, want to build this one up. so not too bad. And the Actress was another big drop, so that's sort of pretty much 7% up still overall. And Volkswagen 6% down, so sort of on par with the car makers. So yeah, I think $8,000 down is quite of a hit, but yeah, longer term, can't see any particular issues. No deposits at the moment. Sort of still putting any new money into crypto, into the small cryptos that I'm looking at, and probably sort of in the next couple of months, maybe sort of late July, August time, hoping they start to really come back, and then I can start selling and sort of putting a lot more into here, or hopefully putting more into the IG general investment account. So expecting to sort of run general investment accounts and ISAs with both Trading212 and IG. So yeah, that's portfolio for the week. So leave your thoughts in the comments below, and like and subscribe. See you soon.